Side by side.
Hey, welcome to a very spur of the moment stream. I'm Trina of Trina's Technobabble. You probably know that if you're here. If you don't, hi. Uh, so this stream is all Socket Winch's fault. I'm just going to state that for the record. So hold on, I got to go back to the post. So we are in a Discord server together. Where the hell did the damn post go? There it is. We're in a Discord server together. And I was watching some YouTube, and I jumped back over to Discord, and Socket Winch had made this post. Me, I should go work on the printer. Brain, but Trina isn't streaming right now. Me, sighs heavily at Brain. And that was at 4:42.
Yeah, this is
So
my fault.
I replied back. I said, I mean, I can stream if you want. And then we got chatting, and I'm like, well, this gets me a chance to actually get up and do something. So here I am.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you?
doing something.
I don't really know if I'm actually here. I may not be. I might be AI. Also, to the one Canadian in the chat, happy May 22 weekend, also known as Victoria's Day, which is weird because her birthday's was on. She's been dead since 1901. So a little decomposed by this point. But her birthday was on May 24th, which is next Saturday. So I figured the May 24 week, which is, we call it the May 24 weekend here in Canada, would be next weekend, seeing that Saturday is the 24th. Nope, it's this weekend for some bizarre reason. Don't ask me why. But yeah.
And they say America is confusing.
Yeah, it's the same here. I'm like, why? Also, I see that All Things DG is in the chat, who sent me these. I'm going to make myself big for this. Who sent me these trans bath bombs that were only available in the UK from the company Lush, which we have here, at least in Canada. I don't know if you guys have it in the States. They do a lot of nice smelly things. But there was a recent UK Supreme Court decision where all they had for people who went and talked were 3 anti-trans people. Made a horrible decision against the trans community, which is now being fought, including by one trans judge over there who asked to be like, can I come speak? And was denied. So that's going to be interesting. She is taking it to the EU Court of Human Rights. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So let's say hi to folks in the chat, and then we're going to catch up on some previous streams. We got CD Ice in the chat. Hi. We got Cat.
Why am
I don't know. All Things CG. Carthor. Vivi, hey, this is, by the way, who I got the stuff from. So thank you so much for doing this. It's amazing. We got Veronica Explains. Yeah, I know that they smell amazing. All things DG. I've been like, yeah. And the best part is I got bath bombs and I don't have a bathtub. So yeah, I don't know. I might give
You've
the
got a
cats a
bucket,
bath.
a
I do
sink,
have a I do have a
and
sink.
you can put your feet into.
Yeah, okay, no. Make my feet smell nice. So just an update on the printer from the last stream. Let me make myself big again. So this is the main board out of it. Oh, actually two updates for that. Let me make myself small. Well, let's talk about this. So this is the board. These are caps that have been clearly replaced, and they're standing really high off the board. I had cut one off because I couldn't, when it was in the printer, I couldn't see what the values were. I have now ordered some replacement caps for those from DigiKey. I got a bunch of those coming. They should be here Tuesday. So we're gonna do a recapping of that. Also, so there was the TEC EC-A051 chip that we believe is banned. And you can't see what I'm looking at because I'm not presenting. Let's share screen. Should be screen 2. Yes, it is. Allow. So, Ron, who is on the stream of Ron's computer videos, nicely was able to make an offer and get it a bit cheaper because, as you can see from this photo, the pins are a little bent. So I'm not sure which one I'm getting out of this photo, but Ron is getting them shipped to him because it was cheaper that way, and then ship them to me. So that's all in the works. So
We're being
hey,
invaded
Gut
by Gut
Bomb,
Bomb.
we are. Hey, dorks yourself. So that's that. Also, one other previous stream, I had a MacBook Air that I thought I was gonna have to take apart, and 20 minutes later, I'm like, now what do I do on my stream? Because it was just the power supply, but the battery was bad. So one thing I am going to do, oh, this is upside down. I have a battery in here. Oh no. So I got that from Amazon. We're going to replace the battery because the battery, it was dead, and then I plugged it in. And by the time I plugged it in and logged into the guest account, it was already at 76%. And then 30 seconds later, after unplugging it, it was dead. So I was like, hey, we should really replace this battery. So that's what we're going to do. And that is also a capacitor that Socket Wench has in her hands.
This is part of a new project I'm working on.
What are you working on? I could for a sec.
Someone gifted me a tiny Meshtastic node, and I've been like buying little bits and pieces to actually build it out to like a nice little portable rig. And it occurred to me that I have this. Well, you can't see it because this microscope's way too small. Let me switch my camera again. It occurred to me that I have buried in my collection this weatherproof box that is see-through and even has some cable glands on it. So I figured I could probably put a battery in this, drill 2 holes on the side for the antennas, silicone seal those, and then I could put this, which is a solar charge controller, in it so that I could actually power it off of a solar panel if I wanted to. So we'll see how that goes. That's a future blog post I'm working on. I did get the solar power one, which is a little bit more conventional, out first. And what was it? I did get was it the Aliens review? I got that out last weekend, and I still have to get the Hunt for Red October review out. I haven't edited that one yet. And then I wrote another one for 2010 last night, so I'm very busy.
And you got, I think you got a thumbs up from Veronica.
Yeah. Someone I know who is going to be doing a thing at a prominent DIY technical conference is holding a small event there where they're going to do a Meshtastic intro. I'm being purposefully vague because I don't have permission to share the full details. So that's all you're going to get from me.
That is fine. Matthew, hi. I'm going to send you a link in my doodle once I find you in my chats. I got way too many private chats going. That's the problem. Here you go. All right. I just sent you the link, Matthew. So feel free to join. All right. I'm going to make me big. So what else did I get, by the way, from this haul? There's a ThinkPad. Sorry. The issue is I had the stream on one screen and then my camera's over there. Anyway, I got a ThinkPad docking station, which has USB 3, and it has HDMI. It also came with a network cable, which I think is amazing, as well as the cable to connect it. And it just takes a stereotypical square plug on the back. And then it also has HDMI and DVI and 2 more USB ports. So
that is a standard USB dock then. Ew.
Yeah.
Eek.
I've been getting some weird requests for items. So I don't know. Hello. Hey Jesse. Hey Matthew. I'll work backwards. So yeah, so I got that, and then the piece de resistance is a zip drive with a zip disk inside of it.
Cool.
If it doesn't have Star Trek
the issue is the
20th anniversary edition on it, it's no good.
The issue with it is, with these ones, the doors like the see-through thing likes to fall apart. But the nice part is I can actually see what the disk is inside. It's Adobe Active Share. So,
Okay.
I don't remember that.
What, the disk?
No, Adobe Active Share.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, the software, I guess I should have said. What is it, by the way? What is Active Share?
I have no idea.
I
Socket
don't know
Winch?
either. That's the first time I ever heard of that.
Socket Wind, since you said you remember the software, what does the software do?
No, I actually don't even remember it.
I'm sorry.
I've never even heard of it before.
Yeah, I never did either. Yeah.
Isn't it an oxymoron? Because if you have a zip disk, you're actively sharing your your photo assets. So you need software to actively share your zip disk.
Yeah, I know, right?
My brain is dying.
Okay.
The
I know what
90s
you
was
meant.
was a wild time.
So
That's not a soldering tip.
This doesn't require power, and I have one somewhere.
Okay,
that
I found it.
I have one somewhere that I obtained from Sick Kids when we were doing the cleaning that has the cables, and where it is at this point I don't know, but I have like 3 or 4 or 5 of these things now. I got to test, so
I found the
I
software.
need to get a computer up and running that I can test them with. So, but should we take a look at the game
today?
Should I take a look? Should we take a look at the computers?
I found that software. It's called Adobe Active Share. It was a photo sharing application developed by Adobe. It was meant to connect users to sharing services like Shutterfly. It was replaced by Adobe Photoshop Album in 2003.
Cool.
I'd never heard
So
of
we
that
got
before.
So we have a Toshiba laptop, which is upside down right now, and we have everybody gets a
Hey,
Dell.
Optiplex.
Hey, we get a Dell, which I don't
Dude,
know
you got a
where
Dell.
I don't know where it came from, because if you look at the top, there's an asset tag on it. So that's going to be kind of interesting.
Oh,
I
mystery
don't.
Dell.
I don't think they're going to be missing it, because it's a Win 8. It has a sticker for Win 8 Pro on the back
Well,
of
looks
it.
like the standard Dell Optiplex 3020 that everybody had at one point.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They even
And I
got one
think-
that way
I-
from the Cheap PC Challenge.
So let's take a look at the laptop first. I have my universal power adapter because I couldn't find a power supply fast enough pre-stream, so I just went, I'll use my universal. Got that
I
all
have a
set up.
9020.
Ooh. Okay. You can't see what I'm doing. You can only see my arm. Ta-da! Laptop. It's plugged in. Everything looks good about this. I mean, there's a little bit of wear on the trackpad, but that's
Yeah.
given. So, hi folks. Let's see.
Hello.
Let's turn off the light
This-
above it.
The screen in
way-
the upper left hand looks funny. Or is
Up
that
here?
or is that
That's
shadow?
a reflection. Yeah.
That looks like
Okay.
reflection.
Yeah, it was a reflection.
Yeah. First glance, it looked
Oh!
like LCD crack.
Oh, we have power. We have a hard drive, apparently. It's booting. Okay. Cool. I'm going to turn this over. You can look at that mess. Uh-huh.
You know, Dave says hi.
Hey, Dave. Welcome. Hello, hello. Okay. Well, okay. I'm not going to worry about this, because the two accounts, well, the one account is called laptop.
Try
all right.
password laptop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God! It actually.
Oh my god.
That could have been very deadly.
Yeah, I
could've been
know.
like right to a porn site.
Oh, that could end badly, man.
Oh God, it's not even 8.1.
No.
Wait,
Oh my.
how old is
There's
this
Evernote
webpage?
on there.
It's a Win 8 machine.
No. I was wondering how old this webpage is.
Oh, I don't know. We're talking about the Leafs.
They're still in the playoffs.
Yeah, let me see.
They'll
here.
probably choke it.
Oh, this is
I'm
recent.
just. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Haha. All right. Let's. Oh.
Yeah,
How do
that's
I-
Windows 8 in a nutshell.
How do I find? I never used Windows. No, not a touchscreen. How do I
And then you can
find?
start typing and it'll.
This? Nope.
Oh my god.
Oh God, it is really that smooth brain of an 8 machine.
Oh,
This is giving me
so it is-
post-traumatic stress disorder. I had a Windows 8 machine at Toshiba Satellite, and that thing was a pain in the ass.
Oh, click here for Norton product information. All right,
Oh, hell no.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Did Windows 8 call it this PC?
Yeah, an 8 they did.
Yeah.
But it says no apps under this. Should be coming up. Maybe I got to type out the whole thing because it's stupid. Okay, how do I find?
This is the original Windows 8.
Is it my computer still?
It should be my computer. No?
No.
I'm almost certain it's this PC.
Oh. I'm gonna close that out because I don't care. Plants vs Zombies.
Game of the Year edition. Nice.
Okay.
And you believe it or not, they had a server version of this. The original server 2012 was also this UI interface.
Ugh.
Word.
How do you shut the or how, oh for,
Sorry to
Wow.
interrupt, but this is important. Yeah, important, just like my fish through the monitor.
Wow. What is?
how do I
Watch
how
it
do you
this
shut
time.
how do you restart these things?
So I think you got to go somewhere, put your mouse somewhere in the right-hand screen, and some option should magically come up. It's been a while, but
I haven't
Lower
used
right.
Windows 8 since 2015, so don't ask me anything.
yeah,
So
that's
settings
about.
start maybe. What the oh. I never used Windows 8. Can you tell?
I could tell.
Okay. Do the search. Go to
I wish I never
find
used
terminal.
Windows 8. I wish I went to Linux.
You know what I'm going to do? We're just going to sign out
You're giving up
because
too
then I
soon.
can reboot. Yeah,
Oh yeah, Control Delete. Yeah, that would have been.
yeah. Sign out anyway. I don't know what the app is. I don't care. And what is the? Here's a question. What is the BIOS key for a Toshiba? Yeah.
I think they were all just F12. Don't quote me on that one, because even though I had the Toshiba satellite, I honestly don't remember.
Okay. It's a.
Alright.
I'm going to try F2 because that was what first came up, and then F12 is another option. Okay. Oh, for fudge sakes! All right, power it off. I'm not updating or restarting. All right, let's try F2. And by the way, hi, Mark. Welcome. Here we go.
Oh,
There you
hey,
go.
I thought you
It
meant
is
like
F2.
boot key. I thought
Oh,
you meant
yeah,
like
no,
boot
no.
key.
No, that's
Okay,
fine.
then it would be F2. Sorry.
Yep. All right, so we have an AMD E1 1200 APU with Radeon HD graphics at 1.40 gigahertz. We got 6 gigs of RAM. Guess what we're going to be testing soon?
Mim test.
Yeah. And it even has an optical drive, which is amazing.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
I find it funny that this has a HDST drive in it, so I'm starting to wonder if Toshiba didn't trust their own drives anymore towards the end.
Don't they still
would
make
be-
drives?
They make
yes.
NVMe drives for sure, but I think they're out of the spinning rust industry. Thank God. I've replaced so
I
many of
still
those
have my
things.
Toshiba hard drive, though, weirdly enough, and it still works.
And it was the 500 gig and the 1 gig and the 320 gig notebook drives. Those were I replaced those so often I just lost count, and I begged vendors to send me something else. Especially Dell.
All right, and we even have a
Definitely.
USB 3 port, so I'm just going to plug my flash drive into the USB 3 port. We're going to go down here. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to increase that up there to USB, and we're going to F10, 4, 8, 9, 10. I can't see the numbers. That's the problem. So I'm just like counting. They're in groups of 4. So, okay, let's see what happens. Boot failure.
Womp womp.
Does it even support UEFI?
Well, no, this is legacy. I'm trying the ultimate boot CD.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Ooh, mem test.
Yeah, we're gonna do mem
know it.
test. All right, let's get back into the BIOS for a sec. See if there's anything. Security. Oh, secure boot's enabled.
Secure boot.
Oh, it does. Holy cow.
Get rid of secure
Is
boot.
this like an equivalent to a 3rd gen Intel? Because it should have. Because it should have a.
I just want to show you what it's reading as the USB. What it titled it.
SCSI.
SCSI disk. Yeah,
That's
Oh,
great.
it's a flash drive.
They're
But
drunk.
it's yeah, right. Go home, BIOS. You're drunk.
Go home,
It's a
Byron.
20 terabyte
You're
flash
drunk.
drive.
I'm not drunk yet.
Okay, let's try seeing what happens now that I turn secure boot off.
Mim test.
Oh. There we go. So
Wait, a
DDR3.
4 gig and a 2 gig stick.
Yeah, that makes sense because 6 gigs of RAM, right? So that makes sense.
I know, but like, I don't think
Theory.
I don't understand why just the odd pairing.
Hold on, I'm gonna move the camera up, try to get a
Saves
better.
money.
Yeah, this is an odd pairing. It has one Samsung stick and the other one's Kingston.
But they're both the same speed, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, that's true.
They probably bought it Canadian Tire. It was 2 gigs and when they got it. And they added then they went to Best Buy equivalent and they put a 4 gig in there and they charged them $600.
Oh,
That's
And
probably it.
Veronica's
if I have to pay
Veronica's
$600 for that, that would drive me nuts.
asking, could it have a SCSI controller on it?
Doubt
I
it.
doubt it.
Doubt.
Doubt it as well.
I don't
but
think it has a SCSI controller. It's too new.
But yeah, let's test
Listen,
6 gigs of memory.
No, it's an AMD.
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
should it still
viral
have a
AMD.
SCSI controller by this point?
No.
Okay,
I've
fair
never
enough.
seen any Toshiba that's not like maybe a tough book would have one at one point, but not a consumer grade.
Yeah, not a consumer grade one.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen any laptops with SCSI on them, whether docking station or otherwise, since the late 90s.
See, I don't like the only computer I have right now that has SCSI is my Power Macintosh.
Yeah, well, yeah. Besides the Macs, I should have made that clarification.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to wave at Frederick. Hi.
Hey, Frederick.
Hi there.
I was like waving, and then I'm looking at my screen going, oh, I'm still doing mem test.
YouTubers can't
This-
wait.
Again?
Again, I
Mem
know,
test.
right?
Mem test for the win.
Oh, sorry. Veronica meant, did the USB stick have with a SCSI controller? Not that I know of.
No,
I mean,
that
I
doesn't make any
formatted-
sense.
I
Not
formatted
what
on
Trina will pay
Windows.
for.
Yeah.
That's kind of insane.
And Veronica, to be fair, this is the only computer that it's ever come up as a SCSI drive, like a SCSI ID, like said SCSI. So
If this is the only
yeah.
computer that started that, then it's just the computer being stupid.
Computers being weird, yeah.
Because, anyway.
I don't know if you celebrate in Quebec, but happy Victoria's Day.
Yes. Well, they call it something different, but yeah.
Of course they do. Yeah.
Yeah. The same date.
It's consistent.
Happy to go all day. I don't know.
Like a UASP thing. I don't know. I don't know. As I said, Veronica, most of the time when I plug it in, it comes up like usually with the name of the drive. So it will say a data flash drive or something. It's the first time I've ever seen SCSI. In the BIOS, Frederick, on this computer, just to catch up to date, my flash drive in the BIOS read as a SCSI drive.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not accusing you of being crazy. I swear, Veronica, I'm not accusing you of being crazy. I have no idea.
Well, we're
Why
IT
came up.
here, so we're all a little bit crazy.
But guess what? We're going to be testing a Dell and
crazy
doing the
ones.
same. We're going to be doing the same thing with the Dell. So we're going to find out.
We're all crazy.
Oh, I just saw Dave's message. Hi, Dave.
And Mark said Veronica's secret day, or Victoria's secret day, not Veronica. Wow. Okay, don't look at people's names when you're reading. Victoria's secret day, not quite. We also call it the May 2-4 weekend.
Yeah, Victoria's Secret Day would be quite revealing.
just a wee bit. But Trina, we're all met here. Okay, and I mean, Kat, that is fair. So, this is going to take forever, isn't it?
I'm sorry, we're not mad. If there's a psychiatrist amongst us, yeah, maybe they can do an actual diagnostic. Otherwise, we're fine.
Does it count that I dropped out of university while working on a psychology degree?
Nope, you don't have the actual paper.
Perfect.
Need a piece of paper. Nobody hires you.
I know that feeling.
Especially in Germany.
I have a piece of paper, but nobody hires because when I got the piece of paper, it actually was worth something when you got your A+ cert. Welcome to 2025, where they go, uh-huh.
I hate to tell you this, I never hired anyone with an A+.
Well, good thing I'm not
I don't
applying
think I
to your
did either, but none of them had them either.
The A+ is not the piece of paper.
Yeah, an A3, A4, those are pieces of paper.
Oh.
It depends on the employer, Gut Bomb. I know the casino I came from, that was a piece of paper in terms of degree preferred, but equivalent certs would get you in the door.
Yeah, like I haven't had. I lost my cert paper years ago because it was in my wallet, and my wallet got stolen. So technically, I don't have the piece of paper anymore that says that I have my A+ cert.
Well, it's funny. When I went for the manager's position, I had my college degree, I had a copy of that, but I had no idea where my high school diploma was, and that was a requirement. It's like, well, do you need this? Nah, okay. Probably should have been assigned. I shouldn't have taken that job, but oh well.
I've never actually had to prove anything, but I worked all the way up from being ground floor all the way up. So
Oh, sure.
once one manager decided, okay, we'll make you a manager now, and then after that, when you start getting manager and director, they kind of just go, all right, you look good, we'll hire you instead. They never bothered asking, did you graduate university? No. Associates? No.
We had one manager that was a high school dropout that showed up the day the place opened. Just kept promoting him.
That's hilarious.
If they do the job, why not?
That's debatable, but we'll save the political talk for another day.
Well, here's the thing. I only have a high school diploma, but I'm just happy I even have that. Because I almost didn't even graduate. So I'm glad I graduated.
That's fair.
So, but I'd rather take someone with a high school diploma than someone who doesn't even have a high school diploma. Not a GED. I mean, GEDs are fine.
And
Yeah,
Dave,
if you have education, who cares at that point?
As long as you have an education, I don't give a crap.
See, Dave, at least I was alive when they had stone tablets. Unlike you, where they hadn't even invented stone yet.
Oh,
Trina.
Even Moses had 3 tablets.
No, Dave predates that.
Dave predate farmers, because if there was farmers, there were rocks.
But
that's why Gut Bomb relaxes in pajamas.
Right? When I got the job at Sick Kids, like they just nobody's asked to ever see my A+ cert ever. And the same with like my last job at Sick Kids, they just went, okay, get your A+, cool. So. Yeah, I don't mention the only thing I have for education on my thing is A+. That's it.
I don't know what.
I didn't even mention that I have technically I have a programming degree that I've never done jack with. So.
Okay.
Well, okay. I am not going to bore people to death because this is getting boring for me.
No, it's not.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah,
and
it's going
10 minutes yet.
It's going. Yeah, I know.
I mean, you can watch me rebuild a Voron Zero printer.
Hey, there we go. We'll do that. Let's put socket winch big. We'll stick this in the background.
So what are you doing?
Replacing the carriage that was 3D printed on the old build. A nice new shiny metal one.
Ooh.
And these things are always a pain in the ass to actually restring. But if I remember correctly, these two need to go through top first. And then these two that go through the bottom.
So, what are you working on?
It's a Voron Zero 0.2 R1 printer. I'm rebuilding it with a whole bunch of other custom mods.
3D printer,
Ooh,
Frederick.
that looks shiny.
Nice.
Yeah.
And actually, she's been working on it like for a lot of my live streams. And this is why I said, like in my post, I'm like, I'm doing a spur of the moment stream because Socket Wench made a post. Me, I should go work on the printer. Brain, but Trina, it's a streaming right now. So Trina streamed
String, damn it,
to give
string.
Socket Wench a reason to work on the printer.
Apparently. You can watch me try not to fuck this part up because this part is hell. You have to
It
put
looks
these
like hell.
stupid little T-nuts in there.
That's why I don't
And
work on
then,
printing.
while it's under tension, try to thread it through these little stinking head screws that they give you without stripping the frickin' T-nut. And it slipped off.
Sounds like joy.
You can tell
You
why I
need
don't
to-
like doing this part. This part sucks.
Socket Wench, it sounds like you need to 3D print yourself 2 more hands.
I'll get right on that. I'll spin up the bio printer. It'll be fine.
And by the way, hi, Rudy. Hello, hello. How are we doing, by the way? We're getting there.
The nice part is that because this is a metal part, I don't think I'm going to snap it in half like I have with the plastic ones. You can see just how tiny that is. You can snap that middle part right out or crack the whole back of this because the amount of pressure that's on this little stinking part.
Tell us how you really feel.
People say they hate printers, but they don't know. They haven't built one from scratch before.
So where did you get the metal one from? Like Amazon or something? Where did you get the metal part? Was it like Amazon or?
I got this one, I think, from Fabrico because Fabrico was a U.S. supplier for it
Gotcha.
that had them on hand, so it wasn't tariffed all to heck yet. Usually, you would get them from Honey Badger directly from Alibaba or something like that, AliExpress.
We're not going to come. We're not. Well, I can go on a huge rant about AliExpress right now, but I won't.
I'll say your channel, your rules.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's just the issue is I've had 2 items sitting out at the airport since like the first week of April. And they were supposed to be delivered around the end of April, and I've been fighting to get refunds from them, and they keep going, it's under the warranty period. That's great, then give me the fucking money back if it's under a warranty. There.
But
End of
they
my
really
rant.
want your money.
They already have it.
Which
But they
rule
still
about
fight
it
with-
want your money.
that actually
They don't want to
says
give
once
it
you have the
back.
money, you don't give it back?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
No, they're losing so much money from the U.S. being stupid that they have to get it in other ways.
Yeah.
So basically, Canada, we're sorry.
Actually, no, you don't need to be sorry. You've done 2 really great things. My Canadian sales have increased and we didn't get a conservative government. So thank you. All I'm saying.
You're welcome, I guess. I'm not sure
and
why I did, but okay.
Veronica said not to beat a dead horse, but I just found a USB device with a SCSI controller on it.
Oh,
And is it from Adaptec?
Oh,
What
okay,
was
cool.
the what was the
Veronica,
US?
show this thing off.
What was this? What was the device, Veronica? Out of curiosity,
That's
like was it a
exactly what I
flash
did.
drive or? Well, we're gonna see what the Dell eventually will say what it is.
What's the model number of the Dell?
It's a desktop.
It's always like a 3020 or a 9020.
It is a thank you 3020. That's it.
3020.
M2 adapter. Interesting.
Shoot, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's gonna probably have like a second or third gen Intel processor in it.
That's what I'm thinking.
I know. If we go back a year ago, my last employer would probably be looking for those because they used them in their kiosks that they dragged their feet on upgrading. It got so bad that the power supplies were starting to die in said computers.
No, it says that it came with the 4th gen.
Oh, 4th gen, okay.
But Veronica, in order to be on my in the chat on my stream, you need to be a little bit crazy. It helps.
We're all
Veronica
crazy.
said, "Told you I wasn't crazy."
This explains why I am the one who's big right now.
Yeah, we're all watching you do that because I mean I can go back to mine and look. It
Now,
says
now we're
45%.
all gonna go crazy.
Yeah, right.
Mem test! Yay!
I'd rather watch the DOS style defrag.
Well, I used to actually do that.
Jennifer H. We're all mad here. LOL. Hello, hello. So we're all busy watching Suck It Wench. Very carefully trying to screw that back together. No pressure.
Oh, don't worry about it. I've done more of these stupid things than I probably should have.
Fair enough.
Do this in a golf style commentary.
Hey, just be glad I'm not going to also test the hard drive that's in it. I could really sit here all night and like test the living poop out of it, but it's a hard drive and it's going to get replaced with an SSD
Right.
at some point. So, and if I'm not mistaken, while we're doing that,
What kind of 3D
Okay, good.
printer is it? Socket wrench. Is
This
it
is a
Risen?
Boron 0.2 R1 that I
No, I mean,
custom
like-
build that I am rebuilding.
It's an
No,
FDM.
like you just use like Risen or.
You can tell I'm crazy because I got 2 of them.
Oh no!
In case
Are you-
break
are
the
you
first way,
making-
at least you have a backup.
are you making one out of 2?
I am rebuilding it from the other one. That one has a skewed frame. So that
Oh.
one has always been like, it's been like this and like this. So it's
Oh.
never
Oh.
printed square.
That's special.
So I decided, what if I start rebuilding build a new prototype frame and see if I can make that square. And then by the time I got that, by the time I realized what I got myself into, we have this nonsense.
So you basically opened up Pandora's box.
I'm lucky that I didn't buy 2 whole new printers at this point. I'm glad that I didn't. I told myself, no, don't do that. Start borrowing the parts from the other printer. You'll be fine. To be the 3rd printer that you've built, it's okay.
Wow.
Remember
Makes for
print-
good
right.
entertainment.
All right, I'm going to make myself big. We're not going to watch mem test. I'm going to show you the inside of the Dell.
Phew.
Smartass.
What? No min test? No.
Oh no, I'm still running mem test.
Hey,
I'm just going to show you. This is the inside. Look
Oh
at
my
how
god!
clean
I
it
just
is.
had a bad idea, Trina.
And also, it has a hard drive inside of it,
Cool.
underneath the optical drive.
Hmm.
Oh,
I have a bad idea, Trina.
Mhm.
Did you buy? You seem to
24
buy.
hour mem test live stream.
She's
Oh,
done that already.
I've already
She's
done it
already
24
done
hours.
that?
That's a Christmas.
Yeah.
That was a Christmas
Christmas
special.
Eve.
Oh,
Yeah, it was my
crap, I
Christmas Eve
missed
special.
it.
I did.
Can
I
you do one
literally
on my
what I
birthday?
did is I literally I set up a motherboard that had 8 gigs of RAM in it, and I pointed the camera at the monitor, and I went mem test time.
With a
All right,
ceramic
Rudy.
Can you do that for my birthday?
Christmas tree.
Yeah, with my ceramic Christmas tree because I don't have room to put a real one in here. So, and that came from when I was a kid. That's how long that one's been around.
So the question might have been asked already, but when did you become sick from overeating the Cadbury eggs?
Huh?
Well, they're not
Look,
the.
look behind
The
you.
giant box behind you, Trina. I think
Oh. So this was going to be a box I was going to use to ship a monitor to Justin D. Morgan. And so I picked it up. But the problem is,
Small monitor.
it is actually. But the problem is, so the monitor is actually sitting in it right now with no packing materials, and the main part of the bezel is just like I got like maybe an inch of room
But
inside of
you're
it.
gonna double pack it, right?
Oh, well, what I got a bigger box that's sitting over on the kitchen counter right
Okay.
now that I'm going to be using. I'm not using this one at all because I can't even wrap it once because then like the large bubble wrap I use just will suck up all that room.
Okay.
So yeah, I got a bigger box for it. But that's why that's behind me, and that's going to go once I get everything packed up Tuesday. It's going to get turf out.
Maybe you want to work on a computer, so I'm getting a computer out.
The 70s were the ceramic age because that's when Mom made it. She made it the year I was born. So
Cool.
yeah.
ceramic
I
can
haven't seen
get
ceramic trade in a long time, though.
Well, go
Nice.
back and watch the stream. Just do what I did. So what I did is as I was starting to say, I literally set up the board, put the flash drive in the board, said boot, and away it went. And then I went and curled up on my bed and watched the stream from my bed. Because it was 12 hours of mem test. And I'm like, I'm not sitting at my computer the entire time. And I wasn't talking, I just had music playing in the background, so I didn't need to be here.
Well, next month is June, so you can do Christmas in June or Christmas in July.
Christmas in July, yeah. Hey, unsupervised, welcome.
That one is way too
Oh,
loose.
yeah. I forgot I took the RAM out of this thing.
This one is not the right length.
Oh no.
This feels like a car repair in the Midwest. One thing goes wrong and it's a multi-day project.
This has been a multi-stream project because Socket Winch has been working on this for quite some time.
Oh, sure.
Hey, Savage Geek.
I started
Welcome.
working on this printer rebuild in September last year.
Sloopy.
Hey, Sloopy.
Finally,
Greetings.
our immoral compass has attended.
I take it the Coco Nation actually finished like their stream from 3 weeks ago.
Yes. That's why we're here.
Yeah. Yeah, there were some after show things I had to do, so.
Yeah, no worries.
But I've been cussing at PCs all day
Uh-oh, how come?
because they suck.
Okay, so let's have a talk about that, shall we? And let's talk about the Apple sphere of shit-ass computers that you can't do jack to because everything's soldered to the board. So if your motherboard goes tits up or you don't order enough memory, you have to buy a whole goddamn new computer, which costs about $2,000 plus. That makes sense.
Or a PC that's unfixable, and when it doesn't work,
But
you
they
have to
are
buy a new
fixable.
computer.
I have yet to have. No, I did have a couple, but I've yet to have many PCs that I can't upgrade the drive and the memory
Oh,
and a processor for the desktop.
I have one.
I just wanted to turn on.
Well, I'll replace. Have you tried replacing the power supply with a known good working one?
Well, in two of them, they actually turn on and power the computer, and I get signs of life like the fan spinning and shit. The third one, it like blips on for a second and then shuts off.
What the hell is this thing?
Do you have it on a bench?
Yes.
Do you want to change to your bench cam and we can troubleshoot your PC while I sit here and watch mem test?
If you would like. Let's see.
Yeah.
So, for the record, HP's been doing some of that non-upgradable memory nonsense for a while. I have this lovely EliteBook 1030 they've been doing that for at least a decade. And
yeah, I'm not saying PC companies are out of it, but at least
I agree with you, Trina.
From what I have seen of the PCs, some of them, and a friend of mine bought us. Here's the bottom line: you get what you pay for. I had a friend of mine pay for a $300 laptop, and then was surprised that there was no heatsink in it, or fan. It was literally a piece of aluminum on it.
Oh,
Absolute.
my laptop was like that too.
Yeah, but you get what you pay for, and it's a $300 laptop. Go figure. And also, it
Windows
didn't have
10 Home S edition.
Yeah, and it didn't have an upgradable memory. And she's like, it's kind of slow. And I'm like, well, and it had 4 gigs of memory. I'm like, well, that's why. And she's like, well, let's upgrade it. I'm like, go buy a new computer with 8 gigs of memory.
Well, as the HP made another one that those pink ones that came out when Windows 10 first came out that had 32 gig soldered in memory. That friend of mine, hey, this doesn't upgrade. It's like, go buy a new computer.
And I agree, Veronica. Not necessarily with the rainbow logo, but that's why, when I first was using Linux Mint, I put it on my 2012 MacBook Pro, because guess what? I could upgrade the memory and the hard drive. You can't do anything with the processor on most laptops, but yeah.
I don't know what you are, my old friend.
And Vivi, I'm glad I can hope I'm not killing you too much. Yeah, you're gonna get some Nova Scotian.
I feel like we get detention in high school by proxy, Vivi.
Yeah, maybe Vivi is a bit new in this stream because that's typical Trina.
Yeah, especially when Trina goes on a rant. That's ranty Trina right there. And I
Which, to
agree.
be honest, you're on a rant most of the time.
Yeah, logic board Trina. Sorry, motherboard. Oh, I know. God, gasp. But yeah, no, and I agree with you, Gutbomb. PCs are doing the same thing too. But if you get a PC desktop, you can upgrade the living poop out of it. I'll try to be a little more polite. You can hey, wait, this is my stream. You can upgrade the living shit out of it.
Not Dave stream, you're fine.
Yeah. So.
But please think of the children.
If I had OBS up on this computer, I would do the little swear jar thing.
Nice to see some workbenches. I'm repairing a 486 laptop at the moment. Very nice. What's wrong with the laptop, Salvage Garden? Sorry, I was just catching up.
What kind of 486 laptop?
Yeah, what's the make of your laptop, and what are you repairing on it?
Depending on what it is, I can both go backseat driver.
I have a screwdriver.
Yeah, we do have some workbenches going. We saw Jesse's a while ago, and then, I mean, if you want to see mine.
I don't have a good camera, so y'all can't see mine right now.
Look at that, we're getting there.
Speaking of workbench, today I bought 2 sheets of 5x10 plywood, Russian plywood. and I had him cut lengthwise in half, so it's going to be like I'm going to have countertops of
Sure.
30-inch deep by 10 foot plus.
Yep.
Well, I'm doing an L shape, so it's going to be very 20. There's going to be about roughly 20 foot of linear foot of workspace, and it's going to be doubled up. So the thickness of the countertop itself is going to be like 1.5 inches, glued and screwed together. So it's a really tough bench. Workbench.
That's what. Funny enough that you mentioned glue and screw. Where's my Facebook? Let me show you some pictures. But I gotta come back. And I agree. I agree with you, Gut Bomb. There is trade-off for speed and efficiency, and the RAM being part of the
Hope I'm not breaking
SoC
this.
is not Apple trying to. Yeah. And also, their shenanigans. Gutbomb mentions their shenanigans with storage, so that's great. And it's the same though with their memory. Like, why am I paying you? I think it's $200 they want for like an extra, 8 gigs of memory. Like, what are you smoking? Oh,
That's
here we
awful.
go. Yeah, I know. Jesse.
Toshiba 1910 CES. Okay, I cannot be a backseat driver for that one.
Yeah, which is known for bad caps and the power circuit, but it's turning out
Unless
to
you
be a
need-
lot more than that.
But if you need CMOS batteries, this might be the one you need.
No, I realize that it's not the same memory because it's different, but their pricing is a bit funky. So let me show you. Let's share my screen for a second. We're just gonna allow that because I can't do the tab. Yo.
To infinity
Try to
and
get rid of some
beyond.
parts. Do you need anything?
We'll talk after the stream.
Okay, dokie.
So this is the workbench I built when I had a shop in Halifax.
Huh?
And this is all glued and screwed, each piece.
Yeah.
Glued and screwed. And the nice part is, as you can see, the back walls are all plywood.
I would.
So
Yeah.
I was able to just I didn't have to worry about where studs were. So that's and then that was that. And then this is, I didn't really take that many I'm horrible at taking photos. And then I
That
also
hurt.
did off a side bench as well.
Oh, nice.
And then I put up all these shelves and stuff. Yeah, this was
I'll be right back.
my shop. Most of it came for free.
Really?
So hold on. So Halifax does a curbside giveaway, so you can put things out for free. So like you see that tall cabinet and the smaller one, those are free.
Yeah.
The 4x4s are rough 4x4s from a construction kitchen reno.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in fact where I got the side one. And I took the 4x4s. That's what I use for the legs. The 2x4s are obviously new. The countertop was also being thrown out. That's actually stair tread where all the monitors are sitting. You want a shelf that won't bend? Stair tread. Yeah. It works. And then if you see, there's like a chest of drawers that's underneath that green cabinet. That was free. The green cabinet was free, or the green countertop was free. That with the clock on it was free. Like all the kitchen counters were free. The desk was free. The computer wasn't. And then also, so the cabinet, the door was new. I'm trying to think. I also got, this was somebody posted up on Facebook that they were giving this vertical filing cabinet away. Pick that up for free. That was the whiteboard was $10 at a reuse place. But if you need an IDE hard drive, baby, I got you covered. Look at those things. Let me see. I'm going to zoom in on those. This was a few years ago. Oh, I can't zoom anymore. But yeah, and IDE optical drives got you covered. Floppy drives are way at the top. Power supplies. I was well stocked.
Well, you had a nice place.
Yeah. That was my work. That was my
A
work.
lot more storage space than what you have right now.
Just a wee bit, and also on top of that, like
Back.
if we go,
Back
if
now.
like on this wall, like on the outside of the store, there was like a hallway, and on that wall there was cabinet, like a shelving units, and
Yeah.
I had computers out there as well.
4i5, 2390.
Because like if you look here, you can see a stack of towers.
Yeah.
I was working on the side for a company. I used to work in I would work from here with my job overnight, and then I would, in between people calling, which it died, I would test these computers. So I'd bring them in to warm up because there was no heat outside. At that point, there was no working furnace. So and this was the wintertime. So,
Mm.
but I had a little, as you see, I got a little space heater. So I'd leave it on low and let these computer warm up while I went home and slept. And then I come in that night and
Fire
test the
hazard.
machines. Yeah, I
Our
left it
tower
on
of
really
power.
low. So, but yeah, that was my shop that I glued and screwed the entire keyboard to.
Yeah,
+1 for sure. Tried the Hills. Yeah, that Veronica, amazing thing.
Hey, Trina, Mom
Amazing
said hi.
chips. Hi, Mom. Sloopy.
She's at work right now, but she called me.
Oh, nice. Sloopy.
Yes.
Whatever you're trying to show, bud, it's all we get is a blur.
Yeah. Well, you see,
It's camera bokeh.
the camera has manual focus, and I kept trying to focus it, but you kept moving things around
Lucas.
What do you mean moving things around?
on the screen.
It's a placer.
All right. Well, I'll make you big.
Making
There you
me
go.
big won't help a lot.
Okay, focus it. With your 1989
Focus, Jesse.
camera.
Focus.
Focus. Focus.
That's not any better.
I can
That's
think of-
Worse.
That camera sucks monkey balls. Throw it out.
Well, the problem is that I can't see the screen while I'm adjusting it because they're 10 feet apart.
Okay, we'll tell you when it's okay. Just
Yeah.
turn the ring.
So the way you last turned it, turn it the opposite way. That's zooming in, and it's getting just I feel like I'm on an acid trip right now.
We're gonna
That's
see the
not
button
helping.
board pretty soon.
If we want to see just one blade of a fan, that's fine.
Yeah, that's horrible, Sloopy.
Yeah, we were getting Star Trek motion picture vibes going on here. From us.
Yeah, there you
Perfect.
go. No, stop.
Did.
Yeah, but you had it perfect, and then there you go. Stop.
Oh, it was a PC.
Yeah,
It was a PC. Yeah. It's a server.
Yes, it's
So
a
this
piece of
is-
crap.
So this is the one that turns on for 2 seconds. Okay, turn it on, Sloopy. Plug it in, turn it
No,
on.
this one turns on
Hey,
and
Thomas.
doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's technically
Turn it
not
on
tomorrow,
anyway.
but turn it on and let me know what it does. Okay, the fans are spinning.
Did you
Okay,
plug
the
a
fan's still
monitor?
spinning.
You don't have a graphics card.
Yeah, I know. It could be. Oh, there's onboard
No,
graphics.
there's HD15.
But there's also onboard graphics too, because I can see the VGA, the blue. So it's staying on. So what's wrong
Unless
with
the
it?
roster doesn't support it, that's another thing to look out for.
Okay, I got myself a fan. Nice.
So Sloopy,
Yeah.
what's wrong with it? It looks like it's staying on.
There's nothing on the screen.
Okay, you have it plugged into the VGA, correct?
Did you
Yes.
power on the screen?
Is the
Yes.
screen turned?
Did you
Yeah.
remember to flip the switch?
Okay. All right. So, question: do you have a known working PCIe video card or PCI video card?
Maybe.
Okay, turn it off for now, because you're doing nothing. But yeah, find a video card and plug it in and see if it comes up. And by the way, just to update everybody,
Your mem test passed.
it passed.
Yay!
Look at that.
Run it again.
I
Run it
stole, I
again.
stole your thunder.
I'm gonna run it again, but on the Dell this time.
Aw.
Cool.
Oh, sorry. Who joined? Somebody joined?
Come on.
No? Oh.
There we go. Good job.
It's a Stinkerton.
It is a
Let's
Stinkerton.
take it.
Hey, hey.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. So, we just tested this Toshiba laptop. Tested the memory. You missed a mem test.
I did miss a mem test. I'm sorry. I forgot.
yeah.
No,
how
you're
time
not.
zones
The other
work
one.
again.
Well, that's why I
No, you're
messaged
not.
you and said
Protect
I'm
yourself.
live now. But you never replied to that. So
Yeah, we
Okay.
had friends over. I'm sorry.
that's okay. We'll forgive you this time.
Ow.
All right. So this is a Dell Optiplex 3020. So you can't see the whole thing. Ta-da! There it is. And it's really like if you look at the fan. Sorry, you can't see. But if you look at the fan with some light, like it's clean. It's all, and there's a stick of memory in it, and we got a hard drive. So let's try turning it on. What's the worst that can happen? My friend a friend that I used to, that is no longer a friend.
Explosion.
A friend of mine that I used to do computer work with, hated it when I said, "What's the worst that could happen?" Hated it, and I would just giggle.
It's a pretty common thing. Yeah. What? I agree with Vivi. What could possibly go wrong?
Right? What could possibly go wrong? Nothing. It's not a beige Mac, for God's sakes. Let's throw old apples under the bus, shall we?
Well, they keep throwing
Why
us
not?
under the bus, so sure.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Okay, so I have VGA plugged into it. I have a keyboard and I have power. Oh. So let's see what it does.
Poof.
Where's the hell's the power button on it? There we go. We got power. Okay.
Oh,
And we're getting something on the screen, maybe. The screen turned white. There we go. We got Windows 10. Sweet. I don't want Windows 10. I want the BIOS screen.
you weren't
And
fast enough.
I know, and I'm just gonna hard turn it off because I am not waiting for this. It's a spinning drive. I don't really care. It's gonna be coming out. But yeah. Okay, we're off. It's F2 because it's a Dell. I don't even have to think about this. Brain can turn off. Oh,
That's a version of Windows for sure. Oh,
that's
Veronica.
sorry. What did Veronica say? Sorry.
Like she said, oh, that's a version of Windows for sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's check out some system specs. We have an Intel Core i5 4th Gen, 3.2 gigahertz. We got 4 gigs of memory installed. That's fine. For now, I'm going to be doing some upgrades to this. Boot sequence. It's already in legacy. I might. All right, let's grab another flash
UFEI
drive.
is a little bit of a bear on these.
Yep.
At least I couldn't get it to work.
Grab that. Let's grab that flash drive. Okay. Sweet. Yeah. Ba-dum. Perfect. All right. So let's escape. And we're gonna F12 because it's a Dell. This is why I like Dell. I just know the keyboard shortcuts for these things. I don't have to think. I can be a blonde.
Let me see.
You behave yourself. All right. USB storage device. Let's go with that. There we go. All right. And we're going to do memory. And we're going to do mem test. And this shouldn't take too long. Because it's only 4 gigs of memory. There we go. Look at that.
That's too
Look
fast.
at that. That's too fast.
I demand you hit the turbo button.
And my camera is like really wonky. Let me see if I can. There we go. It's a little better.
Hit the turbo button to slow it down.
Hit the turbo button. There is? Yeah, I haven't seen a turbo button on a computer. No dog's age.
That's
That's
your
what the
name.
spinning
We've
crust is supposed to
regressed as a
emulate.
society.
And one of these days, if you see, there's these Apple keyboards that I keep seeming to find in my place. I don't know where. Like, they seem to be breeding like bunnies. And I got to test them. I got 2-3 of them to test at this point.
CDI said, "I'm afraid to show my workbench, both horizontal."
CDI is also here on the
strap.
stream, right?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know why he's silent.
We reserve no judgment here.
And what we
Who's
want to
talking
see is the actual workbench, because if it's a mess, then it's a real workbench.
Well, there's a Pentium 3 that's been sitting on there that I was starting to build up during COVID. It's still sitting there. It basically,
Okay.
yeah, it locks up if I run EMM 386 on it. So if I don't run it, it's fine. But if I turn it on, it locks up. It's got 120 gigs of RAM. 128 megs of RAM in the thing. I was trying to
I was
build it
like,
up to be a
how
nice
did you
little
do that?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering as well.
magic.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's been sitting there. It's got some compact flash adapters or ID on it. I have not even really turned it on in 5 years. It's still sitting there. Yeah. Someday.
So Sloopy, what's it doing?
Nothing.
Same shit, different video card.
Okay, so
It's the monitor, the problem.
yeah, the monitor. Try another monitor.
The monitor is fine.
Are you sure?
110%.
Put another computer on it with the same cable, everything.
It is.
Do you have pop capacitors on your board?
They all look okay.
Okay.
None of them are bulging or anything, and
None of
there's
them
no
are
goo
bulging,
in the
okay.
board.
All right. So
I just tried two
next-
different video cards.
yeah. So next thing you want to do, disconnect everything from the motherboard minus your power and your video card.
It is.
Actually, are you sure? Because I see cables going to the board.
The multicolored cables,
Mm-hmm.
those are for the front.
I see
Yeah.
some what
Front
looks like
switches.
audio cables or USB header cables that may or may not be plugged in towards the upper right of the screen.
You don't have any SATA plugged into the board, correct? Like none of your drives are plugged in, right? To the board. Yeah, so that's plugged in. Doesn't matter. Disconnect it.
The basis of troubleshooting, starting with the minimum and then go back from the
Yeah,
rest.
take everything off the board that you don't need. Also,
Like old times.
disconnect if any of the drives have power connected to them. Disconnect the power.
You don't
can't
need
really
no
see.
speaking power.
All you need is the front panel and your power. That's it.
Veronica asks, "Has a demon possessed it?" Well, I can answer that.
Yes.
Sloopy put a trail of salt all around his house, so there's no way demons can.
And Brewster Scully
Yeah.
came by and said it was great.
No, but
Yeah.
now the real question is the circle of salt unbroken?
No,
well,
I
yeah,
am
I'm not
so
there.
I am so salty at this point that there's a bubble of salt around the house.
Sloopy, that's my line.
Katrina,
My
you
wife
can
says
make me
you're so
big.
salty that you
Oh,
you
hang
become
on.
a salt brick.
Safe.
There we
Yes.
go.
That's been there for that long.
That's a proper
I'm-
workbench.
I am so salty. Horses are starting to lick me.
And
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
why-
I think you need to take 1 day or maybe 10 to clear out that workbench.
that can be 1 hour.
CD, really?
Yes.
Okay,
That's not
so
bad.
No. You got me beat. You're.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to compete with the master.
so Sloopy,
Yes, Trina.
we have no power connected to any of the drives, correct?
No, there's no
Okay.
power, no data. There's
No
only
nothing.
one. There's only 2 drives in it. One of them is the hard drive. One is the
Yeah.
CD-ROM
Optical
drive.
Okay, and that's all. They're all okay. So take the card out.
This card.
Yeah, that card.
Take it out or die.
That's what he said?
Oh wow, yeah, that's right. I forgot I did that. It's like,
Okay,
what?
perfect.
Why
And
is this
Sloopy, you're
scooter
using a
mode?
VGA cable, correct?
You're what?
You're
You're
using a VGA cable?
aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Plug your VGA cable into your VGA port on the back of your computer. Ta-da! That's it there. Okay, turn your computer on. See what happens. Do you get a beep, by the way?
No.
No.
Uh-oh.
I was pointing at. There's a speaker.
Yeah. Speaker.
It
Yeah.
has a
Cool.
speaker.
Okay, so turn it off. Turn off the computer, Sloop.
It's off.
Cool.
Carthor said to clear the CMOS.
Yeah.
Hold the
before you
memory.
do, no.
It should beep.
Let's try just reseating the memory.
If you pull the memory, shouldn't it be beeping? Beep.
Exactly. Yeah. Pull the memory, Sloopy, and turn it on.
See if it gets
Okay,
angry.
turn it on.
Should get a few beeps.
Are you getting any beeps?
No.
You got a dead
CPU's
board.
borked.
Yeah, CPU or the board's borked.
Could have a short underneath.
Yes, Thomas, the power supply is staying on. The
Maybe
PSU
the
is staying on.
CPU cooler is cooling nothing, and there's no CPU.
Soupy,
just
where did
sitting
you
there.
get these computers from? That'd be hilarious.
Actually, I figured out the problem.
What's the problem?
It's a BioStar.
No. The caps
The other end of
died.
the video card.
Acer.
What's that? Sorry.
The caps died.
Oh yeah, I can see right next to the CPU. There's at least one bad cap.
Oh, there
There you
a whole. When I first looked at them, they were all fine, not bulging or anything. There's 12 of them that are now bulging and leaking.
What?
Yep. There you go.
You can see
Yeah, we'll do
that
it.
from.
No, I can see it from looking right at it.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
if we're
because
looking at the
I don't see
ABC
it from
logo
here.
right now, to the left there's one. To the right
Yep.
there's 2, 3, 4 of them. 5. There's 4 on the right side, 1 on the left.
Okay. Quality of
And by the
video
way,
is not that
Sloopy,
great.
Yeah.
Sloopy, that will be $70 to all of us here on the chat that we're helping you.
They were cheap.
Speak for yourself. I'm just easy.
I can read sign language without seeing. There's a middle finger right now being shown.
No. There is not a middle finger being shown.
There's two.
Yeah, there's two.
There
Yeah.
should be.
No.
So yeah, just
So that's your cocaine finger? Oh, sorry.
No. That's a tail feather because you don't deserve the whole bird.
I don't know.
I
One
knew
fingernail
exactly
looks
what
kind of
that
long.
Oh, I need to use that on my spawn. That phrase next time.
Yeah.
Bird is the word.
So Thomas
Yeah, it works.
was suggesting just to yank the caps off with your teeth
And clean with
Yeah.
IPA.
and clean with IPA. Yeah.
Mm,
I mean, I've
all
added
it is-
popcorn.
I've added the with teeth part, but yeah, just yank the caps off with your teeth.
Yeah, all this stuff just so I can get this working, so I can use this machine.
Does that machine work?
Sort of.
What's wrong with that machine, Sloop?
It's a piece of shit.
Okay, what is wrong with it?
Well, here, let me put it to you this way. It has 5 16-bit ISA slots, 2 PCI slots.
Ooh.
And a
Guess what
partridge and a pear tree.
Guess what kind of processor it has?
Pentium
Pyrex.
1.
I was gonna say pre-Pentium, but I don't know. Maybe a Pentium one?
Or say Pentium 100.
No,
Yeah.
I would say
No.
it's the Cyrix.
46.
It has a Pentium 166.
I was
Oh.
right the first time. Pentium 1.
The machine, the case, does not have a power button.
It's yeah.
It doesn't even have a provision for a power button.
So how do you turn the darn thing on?
It's like
It's
the
a
old
switch.
style PCs. Just
There are
click.
3 ways. One, it uses a special monitor that connects via VGA, and that monitor has a power button on it.
Okay.
2, it has a management console card in it that uses a 50-pin Centronics connector, and the management console has a power switch on it.
Okay.
And 3, on the management console card, there's a little button that you can push to turn it on.
What was this? Some Siemens and Nerdorf type?
No, worse.
Zenith.
Worse.
What's worse than Zenith?
The company that no one was ever fired for buying.
IBM.
HP?
It's IBM.
Ah, the Ibsen Buchanan McTavish clan.
It's an early Aptiva.
Activa?
Oh, really early Aptiva.
Wow.
I've never seen an Aptiva
It's-
without a power button on it. So that's
Wait,
really
is that
early.
the black
It's not PS1, is
Aptiva?
it?
Yes, it's the black one.
You know, I have the drive module from one of those, but the IDE channel is screwed on it on the interface card.
Yeah.
I saw one of those at an e-waste place a couple of years ago. They would not let me have it. It was so
They
disappointing.
they did you a favor.
Yeah.
If you want one, I will trade it for anything with a 16-bit ISA bus with a 386 or better processor.
Now, I don't want it that bad. I just saw retro tech going to a dumpster that I couldn't rescue or torture.
Well, this one is going to be tortured when I'm done with it.
I
What, you
wish
going to
the
extract
floppy.
all the gold from it?
No, a defenestration party.
I really wish the interface card for that module would actually work in other systems besides the original IBM Aptiva motherboard. Because it would be nice to put in a retro machine and have, you know, the floppy and the CD be up where you're at, but the tower down below.
Yeah.
But and while the IDE portion of it is just a pass through, so you could use plug a cable from the interface card to the regular IDE channel or IDE card you have. Floppy portion only works in the original Aptiva. I've never found another board that it would actually work in,
Yeah.
which is really unfortunate because it'd be awesome. because you could have your drive bays up front where you're at and leave the tower tucked away somewhere.
The only place this thing should be tucked away in is a garbage can.
No, that's the board that you have that we were looking at. By the
Or it
way,
can use to support your tables instead of a bunch of Apple monitors.
ta-da!
Put or just wrap a rope over it and use it as a boat anchor.
So, memory passed. Woohoo!
It's a miracle.
All right. So, we are gonna. Whoa. Apparently something's okay. So, let's turn on some lights. Turn on some lights.
Well, Francois in, and he's really disappointed that you did not announce the memory test.
Well, it's not my fault that Francois was asleep in his coffin until he just woke up. So,
That's what he knows, that he never sleeps.
exactly. Well, he sleeps during the daytime, so I'm assuming he's a vampire. That's my assumption. And until I'm proven wrong, I'm going to stick with it. And also,
That's
hi,
your story.
Francois.
You're going to stick to it.
That's my story, and I'm going to stick to it.
See if anyone can name that card.
Which card?
Hold on, let me make it big.
I don't know, can't see it.
We say postage stamp.
Hold on a second. Show
Oh
it
no,
again.
that's that. Hold on. That socket
A
went.
Peltier cooler.
Where did Sloopy go?
I'm right there.
Yeah,
There you go.
Peltier is not a very efficient form of cooling.
That
What's that?
appears to be an MPEG card.
Nope.
Not an MPEG card. It's got a green audio jack though. Dual IDE.
How do I get the power supply out of this thing?
Nope.
Yes.
Sound card?
It's not dual IDE.
Not IDE. Those aren't 40 pin.
Nope.
34 floppy?
Yep.
It almost looks like a
So it's
compact
an IO board.
Visa card solution or IBM.
I was going to say it's a PCI Super IO card.
You could classify it as that. These
Floppy
cards,
on a PCI.
these cards are very rare.
Okay, so what is the card? Because I'm sorry, I'm tired of 158 questions.
Oh my God! Some
You don't want
people.
to play 28 questions or whatever the hell the game's called?
I've never had patience for that game as a kid. Can you tell?
I will
That's
give you
fair.
a hint. Those two sockets hold
Yeah.
SID chips.
Yeah, like I said, it's a sound card.
Oh, it's a Commodore 64 on a PCI card.
No. It is.
Dual head kits?
Yes.
So you're saying it doesn't keep up with the Commodores?
It is a Catweasel Mark IV.
Escasset Catweasel Mark IV.
Yep.
What was that?
Explain Spock.
Do you know what a Catweasel is?
No.
No.
I know what a grease weasel is, but not a cat weasel.
I mean, I know
Well,
what a greasy cat looks like.
the
'cause I've
grease
seen
weasel-
alley cats.
I'm gonna say, is it a cat that's a weasel?
The
Reads the right
yeah.
Amiga
The grease,
floppies on
the
Windows.
grease weasel was named after the cat weasel, and what it did was it allowed you to do backups and flux readings on disks.
yeah.
Before the CryoFlux, before the grease weasel, this is what everyone wanted for archiving disks.
Okay.
The Mark IV is in a PCI card. The previous versions are you connect it to the Amiga floppy controller, and it controls the disk. But when
Why
they made
the hell would you want to put a dual SID chip on it?
when they made this, because it goes into a PC, they put dual SID sockets in it so that you could also use it for sound using SID on your PC.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is the like when people were doing even forensic investigations, these
Yeah.
cards were highly sought after for doing it.
Okay. What's the connector on the 45-degree angle and
That is a PS2 connector.
internal?
Yes.
That's weird.
All right, I'm going to make myself big again.
And the
We
two DE9s
Yeah, joystick ports.
joystick ports.
Ta-da! Okay, so the Dell tested fine. We're on to the last part. I could take the bottom of this laptop off and put a new battery in it. Oh. So I've been starting to unscrew it. And there's
You actually bought a battery for it?
yeah, well, I checked with the client. I said, listen, there's two options. Take the battery out because you got to keep it plugged in anyway. So it won't make a difference to the way you're using it. And just in case it decides to swell, or we get a new battery. And they said, let's get a new battery. So I went, okay. I gave the two options. It's the client's call at that point. But yeah, I was kind of surprised with the 2013 MacBook Air. That's like got 4 gigs of memory. Like it's not really worth it, but
Gonna be like
I
the
don't
Why'd you
call.
listen to your client? You should just did the most expensive option.
customer's always right.
Yeah.
Oh, never. That's always wrong.
Well, we know, but
Customers
Yes.
always right in matters of taste. There's that part missing.
Hmm.
And they're also always right when they want to pay me money. So I got paid the money for it, so I ordered the battery.
I'd say it could be like the laptop I used to lug back and forth to work. The HP 2760p. You can't even really get good batteries for them anymore.
All right, so let's open her up. And the nice part about this battery, there is 1, 2, 3,
3,
4, 5 screws.
Oh.
Haha! And that's it. There's 5 screws to come out of it. If I'm not mistaken.
Veronica says bye.
All
Bye,
right,
Veronica.
Veronica, have a good night. Probably off to do mum things. Okay, folks, I'm going back to editing. Okay.
It's not my job to talk people want to kill themselves.
Oh, how am I going to get this thing off of this thing?
Yes. That's my answer to
Crowbar.
Hammer.
crowbar.
Oh, okay. Just a sec.
Bye.
She has her crowbar. She's off to get her crowbar.
No. Before you do that, you have to queue up Divine Hammer from the Breeders and play that.
I think the crowbar's too big.
You don't have mini crowbars?
There you go. See, you said crowbar, so there you go.
Hit it with a hammer. Hit it with a
There's a
hammer.
bunch of crows at a bar.
Yeah. So it's not that one. Is it this one?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work either without damaging the hell out of the power supply.
Why does that not feel like it's part of the battery?
5 pound hammer, just get it over with.
Put it out of its misery.
All right, so 2 more screws to go. I like these laptop. I like this battery. I wish they kept the idea of screws instead of having to like
Glue.
glue it down. Yeah.
You don't have those magnetic balls?
Okay, this should come out. Yeah.
Well, you
Cool.
can't put a
Where-
magnet in a laptop. You'll ruin the hard drive.
Actually, this does still have a drive right there. I'm trying to figure out how to get the battery out, though. Oh, I can lift it up from the top.
I know you want to. I know you want to go to your shiny new home. Come on.
Okay, so that's the cable. Now, question is, how does this come out?
Pull.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh,
What? How many strips of VHB tape did I use on this stupid thing?
72.
Yes.
42.
It-
Universal answer for everything.
And plus
4
one.
rolls.
2. That's 2.
I love that everybody's giving you a weird answer.
Ah.
Satisfaction.
Crowbar.
Yeah, I told you it was a tool to use.
You bring 386 on a stream, you get smart ass answers.
Right? Oh, okay.
Sometimes I feel
Yeah.
like the smart part of that could be left out and it'd still apply.
Ta-da! It's the professional laptop battery maker.
Made from a unknown manufacturer. That's good news.
Can you at least go through the writing on the back to point out any grammar or grammatical errors?
Oh, we know there's going to
English.
be that for sure.
I demand
We are a
English.
factory. We just
Here's the
Insert
back.
battery
I'm not
product.
seeing any. I'm reading through it. I'm not seeing
1,000
any.
deaths.
okay. We are a factory who just produce, not who produces.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Who just produces.
Zinglet. Is that how it's pronounced?
Inglet? INGLT?
Oh, it's
Oh, that
you
might,
don't
that
pronounce
might
the
be an
Okay.
X. Yeah.
You can contact us by email if you meet any battery issues. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't use that phrase, but
What the heck is this?
They
glue.
included a keyboard cover.
Actually bent for your protection.
Yeah, the nice part about these ones, they're not glued in. You just take out the 4 screws and pop her out. Oh, I even got fancy tools. Look at this.
Ooh, Tessa can't eat it.
You made the big
And,
time.
and also, I got feet. They also included feet with this.
Do they smell?
I mean, they're in the bag, so they probably.
Come on.
We're not gonna find out. But yeah, they included feet. That's cool. All right,
That's the new one.
this is the new one. Yeah.
Nope, I'm just going back and forth on that.
All right. Put this in, and then I can.
That
move
was
later.
that was a patience testing sigh. Or the sigh of somebody who's having their patience tested, I should say.
I'm getting
How's it
there.
going over there, socket winch?
I'm getting there. Got the power supply off thing at least.
Nice.
It'd be nice if I could save this power inlet. There we
Mo
go.
power, mo problems.
Yeah, really good. And it still has the wire loom connected. Nice.
Sorry to keep you awake, Frederick.
Yeah. Yeah, take a nap
Okay,
live.
I'm going to take a nap.
Well, Sloopy
Hey
did
there.
it at one point.
If I snore, let me know.
Been a busy day, Frederick.
Well, not so much, but I've been tired most of the day. I took a nap on top of
Yeah,
that.
that was the same way with me. I was saying earlier, like I woke up at around 6 o'clock this morning, drifted off about 8:30, woke up around noon, but still just had no energy at all today. I also blame the weather out there because it's like gray and icky.
Yeah.
So.
What's the temperature by you guys? As I don't like yesterday here in Wisconsin, it was like 70, upper 70s, and today we're at 61 for a high.
It's 18 Celsius, whatever that is in freedom units.
That's about the same as what we're then. That's
It was 15.
It was
no.
on and off raining also.
Yeah, same
Oh
here.
yeah, went to a car show in the rainstorm. That was fun.
Of course. It's natural. That's
Yeah.
the way of the nature of the
Oh.
events.
Okay, so I got the
Cool.
battery in. We got the battery connected. It should have a charge. So we're just gonna stand it up. We're gonna power it on. And it doesn't turn on.
Because it's not charged.
Yeah, you think they come with
Yeah,
a
it might
charge?
be so discharged. It might just take a minute. Who knows?
Yeah. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave it standing up. Oh, it just turned on. Weird, maybe
Needed
it's
a
a-
bit of persuasion.
That's weird. I just heard a chime.
Do it again.
Hopefully, it's not a death chime.
Oh, I think I see something. Hold on. I might have turned it off. Anything? You guys can't see. Ta-da.
Be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, track. Maybe that's set up.
There we go.
Apple logo.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
That's what I'm looking for. Oops.
Anyone want to see me play with house current?
Give me a second. I'm going to put this back together and then we can show you. Because right now I'm at my workbench and it's just hard to get over to the computer. So just let me get this done and yeah. Cool. Put the base back on it. Swap out the bits. Ta-da! Then we're gonna put the base back on. It's all about the base.
Okay, that's live now. I'm about to play with house current. Hopefully, I don't don't kill myself
Okay,
doing that.
before you do that, give me like a minute, and I'm gonna put these screws back in, and then we can watch you full screen.
All right.
Okay. Because at least we can, have 9-1 already dialed up. Actually, you can put 911 in the phone and just have it ready to dial.
Yeah.
Cool. Batteries replaced. That's what I like.
Hey, Cell Carrier finally fixed their stuff, or did they?
Oh yeah. So what's going on with your cell phone, by the way?
What I think happened was our cell carrier got hacked, and they're not saying anything because it's like all the voice and texting outside of iPhones just will not work. And there was 2 full days we had no bars anywhere.
Weird. But your data was still working, correct?
Yep, data still worked the whole time, so there was actually saved because I had a Google Voice number. It's like, I have a bunch of calls to make today. And SOCOM is dead.
Who is the company?
That's SOCOM. It's a local carrier for Northeast Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
They're
Yeah, because
headquartered in
I saw your post on the Discord, but I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So.
You have data but no voice. That's unusual, especially
Yeah.
3 days. You're right. Something bad happened.
Yeah, I think they got hacked, but they don't want to admit to it. But it's all SOCOM customers are affected by it.
Because all LTE, the voice actually is data.
Yeah.
It's not a separate channel like it used to be.
Yep.
SMS is still
Yeah.
a separate channel.
Yeah, SMS and calling is dead in the water right now. But
All right, let's put you up there.
I'm
Would
on your
anybody, by the way, I am offering out. Where is second winch? Ta-da! Okay, you're big.
All right. Hopefully, it won't die.
And hi, David Starbuck.
I got a glowing light, so that means that that's live. We should get no power, no volts DC. Well, actually, I should not measure that across an AC line. That's a silly test. Don't do that. Okay.
That's impossible. I didn't worry myself.
Power on. No sparks.
No splodies.
And by the way,
Also
see you
good
later,
start.
unsupervised.
2409. Good test. Power supply still lives.
And that's for the
Disconnect
printer.
AC.
The power supply is for the printer, I take it.
I was worried that I destroyed it by manhandling it out of that case because of all of that VHB tape I put on it. But no, it's fine. Okay, good. So that means we have the bed removed from the printer, which took forever in order to get that removed. And we have the old power supply removed. And I even managed to save the power inlet and the wire loom.
Nice.
So I should be able to clean this up, all this sticky tape later, after I make the pizza, because I have to make pizza for dinner.
You know what
And
you have to do then?
Eat the pizza.
We need to see photos or it never happened.
Yes.
All
Photos of
right,
the pizza?
I'll send pictures.
Yeah. She always shares
It's
photos
7
of the
o'clock,
pizza
so I'm
in
actually a
the
little bit late
Discord
making
server.
dinner, so I should skedaddle. But thank
Well-
you for having the stream. That definitely got me to get this done, because I've been waffling on it forever.
Well, and thank you for finally getting my butt out of bed, because like I've been wanting to replace this battery. I got it yesterday and I didn't have any energy yesterday, and today was like, and then you're like, Trina should stream, and I'm like, okay, Trina stream.
Nobody else says, might as well.
Right?
All
Well,
right.
if you've been it's better to waffle than it is to pancake.
Oh, it depends. It could be a
Indulging
crotch
of you.
waffle.
All right. Bye.
Have a good night. And hello, Millennium Max. Welcome. Just saying hi on the way to bed. Hi. Have a good night, Millennium Max. So everything's done. I can offer out a dead-ish battery. Starting bid is $1,000. I know what I have.
I know what I
Steve
have.
Jobs, wow.
Yeah, no. No thanks.
Steve Jobs licked it, so
Do you have
Rare
one of those
Steve Jobs, wow.
metal? Do you have one of those metal pins?
Wait, you forgot the look rare Steve Jobs.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can like sticky. I mean, put on make a sticker or just write on it Steve Jobs, wow, and post it on eBay or whatnot. Put it for like $1,000 and just see what it does.
Yeah. I like Millennium Max, no low ballers. Exactly that. So I'm gonna end the stream. I got everything done. So we have 2 working computers confirmed
Cool.
from thrift stores, Value Village, or Savers to the Americans, same company. So yay, good finds on both of those. Happy with those. I got the battery changed. I am gonna eventually. I'm looking for something and I don't remember what I did with it. The zip disk. Anyway, the zip drive. If I can find it again at some point. Oh, here it is.
Did you accidentally compress it?
I did. I like to see if I'm gonna have to try to take it apart. I guess. Do they come apart?
So it says, "Oop."
Hey Joe, welcome. Yeah. So I like to get a machine up and running, and I might have a laptop somewhere. Oh, there is a power adapter for this, and I don't have that. So I didn't realize the power supply is on the side. I don't know if I got a power for them. So yeah, I want to try to test those, but I now have to try to find. Oh no, I got my universal power supply, so I can just use that.
Oh boy.
Ta-da! So yeah, I'm gonna say thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks to Socket Wench, who's already gone, because it was her post on Veronica's server, Discord server, that was like, hey, my brain's telling me if only Trina was working or streaming, I could work on my printer. Here I am. So, and it also got my button gear to do a stream. So, yeah, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, do the usual good thing. Go to trinastech.com. You can find links to all my online presence, including my coffee account. If you can afford it, it'd be greatly appreciated. Buy me a coffee.
No,
Yeah.
throw you a coffee.
Or throw a coffee at me. If it's iced coffee, it'd be nice. Warm
Oh
it's
yeah, that
nice.
would be nice.
It was Timmy Hortons.
I'm
It
gonna
would
send
be.
a coffee request to my cars because they make me all broke.
All right, folks. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Thanks everybody for joining me here on the stream. And yeah, I'll see you at the next one. Bye.